Ladies and gentlemen, it is not an easy time to be a Tottenham fan at the moment. It is all looking a little bit doom and gloom. Obviously, the 4-3 loss at home to Chelsea on Sunday was a painful one to take. That is two of our biggest rivals we have lost at home to now this season after losing to Arsenal earlier in the campaign. I think mounting pressure is arriving at Ange Postecoglou's doorstep. Fans are getting very agitated. Levy out is circulating on social media platforms more than ever. Protests are being organised. People seem like they have finally had enough. But what if I told you the season is not over yet? What if I said there is a way for Ange Postecoglou and Tottenham to rescue what has been a dismal performance in the Premier League and across Europe so far this season? 6 losses in our first 15 games in the Premier League, but we sit in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals with that game against Manchester United taking place next week. We sit 11th in the Premier League table, albeit only 3 points off 5th. It is very congested. We sit in a good position to progress in the Europa League to the knockout stages. However, we face Rangers away at Ibrox on Thursday, a ground that Ange Postecoglou does not want to be visiting at this moment in his Tottenham career. It is possibly going to be the most hostile atmosphere he has witnessed since taking over as Tottenham boss. In the 18 months that he has been in charge of the North London club, this may be his toughest test. However, Tottenham can come away from this game with 3 points. Do not put it past them. This Tottenham squad are still capable of picking up points against Rangers, albeit they are a good team. They are a very good team in Europe, even if their form in the Scottish Premiership has not been amazing this season. Ange Postecoglou has a great record against Rangers. He has played them a total of 11 times in his managerial career, winning 6 of them, drawing twice and losing only 3 times. Now, this is a very, very important game for Tottenham. It is another chance to bounce back. I think we have 1 win in our last 7 games across all competitions. That game against Roma, 2-1 up and conceding at the very death in the Europa League, putting our position in that top 8, in those automatic progression places, at risk. This is the chance to go out and make a statement. Prove to everyone that Tottenham are still one of the favourites to win the Europa League. I know there are mounting injuries and they will play their part. Christian Romero, who's been so vocal in the media this week, calling out the Tottenham board, calling out Daniel Levy, saying the club needs investment. Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea, they all invest in their team. He has been saying that in the media, but he is now sidelined for 6 weeks after picking up a quadricep injury, different to what was keeping him out before the game against Chelsea on Sunday. Mickey van der Ven went off with cramp against Chelsea in the game after about 60-65 minutes. However, Ange Postecoglou said that he was only supposed to play that amount anyway, and hopefully he should be fine. Brennan Johnson withdrawn. It was told that illness was the main reason for that, so hopefully he should be okay. Heung-min Son got on the score sheet against Chelsea right at the very death, but he missed a couple of big chances. It is going to be a big performance needed from him. If Tottenham can win this game against Rangers, they are all of a sudden back in a very, very strong position with 2 games in the Europa League left to go against Hoffenheim and Elfsborg. Games that Tottenham should be winning. One of them away in Germany, the other one at home against the Swedish side. Rangers will want to cause a big upset. Rangers will want to cause a big upset for so many different reasons. They love playing against English opposition. It is their chance to get on the big stage and prove that the quality levels between the Premier League and the Scottish Premiership, or at least those 2 teams, Celtic and Rangers in the Scottish Premierships, is not all that dissimilar. They will want to get one over on Ange Postecoglou, the man who came in and won the double with Celtic, pushing Rangers down from their pedestal, re-emerging Celtic and reigniting Celtic's flame, bringing them back to the club that they were for so long after a couple of poor seasons. They will want to make sure that they stay ahead of Tottenham in the Europa League standings. I believe they sit ahead of Tottenham just on goal difference at the moment. However, Tottenham can win this game. Tottenham can go to Ibrox, to this hostile atmosphere, and they can win. And let me tell you why. Now, Rangers, they are off the back of a big win in the Scottish Premiership, winning 3-0 against Ross County a couple of days ago. That was their last win. And I think for Rangers against Tottenham, it's going to be a very, very difficult team to play. But I think there is going to be something that works in Tottenham's favour, and that is the way that Rangers set up. The way that Rangers play is not too dissimilar to how Tottenham play. Now, Rangers are very well known for being an aggressive team. They're hungry, they want to hunt the ball down, they want to force mistakes from the opposition. They also play in the same formation that Tottenham do, most of the time. Rangers, at the weekend against Ross County, set up in a 4-1-4-1. Does that sound familiar to you? That is how Tottenham set up against Chelsea. Tottenham played that one defensive midfielder with Yves Bissouma. Then they played the two central midfielders in front. In that case was Dejan Kulusevski and Pat Matasar. They played the two wingers. For Tottenham, that would be Heung-min Son and Brennan Johnson. And the lone striker. They have some dangerous players, the Rangers. There is no putting it past them. They have James Tavernier, a very, very good fullback who I'm surprised hasn't drawn more attention in the transfer window. They also have in central midfield Ianis Hadji, a very, very good and dangerous attacking midfielder. Danilo starts up top a lot of the time for Rangers. He moved there from Ajax, born in 1999. A very good, youthful, excellent player for the Scottish club. How are Tottenham going to withstand the pressure that Rangers are going to put them under? Well, it's very simple. Playing the Ange Postecoglou way. Whatever you might think of Ange Postecoglou and how he sets up his team and how he plays, some of you may be very annoyed that he doesn't deviate from his plan and his tactics, his aggressive front foot pressing style of play. I actually think this is going to be a real benefit to Tottenham in this game, because it's going to be two teams that love having the ball. They love being so aggressive and pushing the other one as high up the pitch as they can. And that works in Tottenham's favour most of the time. You see Tottenham's best performances come against teams that play expansive football, that play aggressive formations and styles of play. Rangers absolutely can be like that, and I'm sure they will be. The first 15, 20 minutes of that game at Ibrox is probably going to be a siege. They'll want to get ahead early, and the most important thing for Tottenham in this game, if they want to win it, if they want to come away from the Scottish capital with 3 points in the Europa League on Thursday, they have to withstand that first 15 minutes without conceding. I know it may sound very difficult at the moment. We know that Romero's not going to be playing. We have question marks over whether Mickey van der Ven is going to be playing. Are Destiny Udogie and Pedro Porro both going to start? Udogie's been playing minute after minute. Pedro Porro, not necessarily at the level that we expect. Bit of drama with him over the week, with him deactivating his X account after going on the defensive with one of his posts. The defence is a very weak spot for Tottenham at the moment, but alternatively, the attack is more than capable of scoring a bag full of goals. And I mean this in no disrespect to Rangers, but if we suffocate them, they will make mistakes. Dominic Solanke, back on the score sheet against Chelsea, looked really good with his running. Great to see him back fully fit. He will be integral. Hopefully he starts. I think Ange Postecoglou will go full strength for this game. If he does start, he will be integral in closing down the ball high up, putting the goalkeeper under pressure, who I think is actually Jack Butland, someone that we probably all know. Believe he's played for England before as well. I think his most famous stint was at Stoke. But it will be key to put them under pressure. We need to win the midfield battle. Rodrigo Bentancur will very likely come into that midfield because he can play those Europa League games. We missed him massively. Obviously, Bissouma gave away that penalty against Chelsea. Bentancur is the glue, I feel, that holds our midfield together. Very, very important for him to have a good game. Sonny will likely start. Whether Brennan Johnson will or not, I don't know. Maybe Timo Werner will. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see, because with the two teams playing similar formations, it's very likely going to be a man-to-man matchup. And in that case, Tottenham should be winning 9 times out of 10. Even 10 times out of 10. Because, as I've already said, no disrespect to Rangers, every player in every position, Tottenham should feel superior than their opponents. They should be able to force mistakes, score goals, and dominate the game, whether it's away from home or not. I know it doesn't work like that. I know Tottenham's away form is horrendous under Ange Postecoglou, but at some point that has to change. If Ange Postecoglou wants to stay in a job, if he wants to remain the Tottenham manager, he has to fix that up, and there is no better way to do so than picking up a huge 3 points against Rangers. It will help us overtake them in the league table, get into a great position going into the final few Europa League games, and it gives us a huge amount of momentum going into the Premier League match against Southampton, where we absolutely have to get 3 points. Reports have said Ange Postecoglou is under no pressure at the moment, which is brilliant. It means he can get his head down, continue focusing, continue getting the boys playing the way he wants them to play. The players have publicly backed him, Romero being the most vocal one, but a lot of players behind the scenes saying they really like the way Ange sets them up. The training methods, the philosophy is all what they want to be doing on a daily basis. But we need to see that in action. We need to see them really take the initiative now. Their backs are up against the wall. The pressure is mounting. People are getting annoyed. Fans, pundits, all eyes are on Tottenham. But if they win this game, there is a real opportunity to go on the offensive and gain some real momentum going into Christmas and January, where the hard work really begins in terms of bringing players in and mounting an attack to recover what has so far been a really, really poor start to the campaign. It's not going to be easy, but Tottenham are capable, and they've shown when they're at it, they can play. Let me know what you think about this upcoming game against Rangers. What do you think the score's going to be? Do you think this is a chance to really ignite Tottenham's season, get things back on track? Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. We're closing in on 1,700 subscribers, so thank you so much for all your support. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps me out massively. I will be back with a reaction piece after the Rangers game. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the game. For those of you that are going, stay safe. And I will catch you in the next one. As always, come on, you Spurs.